the best glitch in MW3. This is going to be all about the Tombstone glitch, where I'm going to show you guys how to use your items, but keep them going to the Dark Aether, and you can also duplicate items as well. How to tombstone while you're in a squad, how to tombstone solo, and how to just duplicate. What this Tombstone glitch does is it lets you duplicate any item, like a gold plate armor, like the scorcher cases, or anything like that. You can duplicate it unlimitedly, and you guys can go into the Dark Aether and never lose your scorcher, and always keep it so you guys don't have to wait for a cooldown every 48 hours once you guys use a scorcher. So that is what this glitch does. Now, there was just a patch for Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty, and I double checked all of these glitches and they still work. Some of these clips may be from older updates, but it still works. All of these, like I said, I double checked for you guys to make sure it's absolutely broken. So let's get right into the first part of these Tombstone glitches, which is the duplication glitch itself. Now, you need to make sure that you have the Act 4 Mission 1 activated. Now, you guys can do this with the Mission 1 portal or Mission 4 very easily. I'm going to be explaining both. They're basically the same thing, but in different locations. Get the stuff you want to duplicate, then get yourself Tombstone. Now, you guys can head over to the Tier 3 area to do the dupe glitch, or you can head over to the Tier 2 to do the dupe there. First, I'm going to go over Tier 3. Tier 3, all you need to do is simply go right here, and you want to put in the hook, rectangle, and the backwards end with a dot below it. Then you want to activate it. Once you do that, you then want to head all the way over to this portal right here and skip the grind. Check out silent services. We have a schematic service where you guys can get the new schematics and old schematics, any schematics, instantly without grinding. Get the Mark of the Survivor camo, also the nuke skin service, and the bot lobby service where you guys can get a lobby filled with AFK players where you guys can get the camos and XP. Check it out down below. Here are all the reviews of the service. They love it and you will too. Best service around, cheapest, and the most reliable. Then activate this portal. Now run back to the portal that you activated for 1000 essence, and then teleport. You need to be fast, so it's definitely best to have automatic tack sprint on. But once you guys do get to the opposite side of the portal, you then want to jump off the water tower and then parachute. Once you land on the ground, once you're right here, just go right ahead and hit yes to teleport, then run to this rock. You want to stand behind this rock. Once it says 6 seconds on your screen, then you want to move forward into the warning barrier. Then you want to wait until you get eliminated. You want to make sure that you close your app at the black screen. Doesn't matter if you're PS or PC, it will work. Just make sure you guys close out of the game at the black screen. When you go back into the game, you'll have your stuff in your gear, and everything that you had in your gear will also be duped in a tombstone in the game. This is the first way to do it. Now, like I said in the beginning, none of this is new. I'm just doing a compilation of all these glitches because I know some people don't know about these glitches. Some people are new, and people just want to know the best working glitch. This is still the best working glitch in the game, which is crazy. All of these glitches make the game better because you don't have to grind. You can just duplicate these items. Now, you guys can stow the items in your gear or bring them in your next game and then just use all the items in the beginning of the game. Then at the end of the game, just dupe everything in your tombstone so you guys can non-stop have a tombstone filled with items. Now, another dupe is going to be over at Tier 2. These two are the only ones I recommend you guys to try to dupe with. All the other ones definitely just use to go into the Dark Aether and keep your tombstone. But what you need to do is basically go right ahead and then go to this part of the map in this building, and this will have the teleporter that you were just using for the Act 3 one. You want to put in the hook, rectangle, and then the backwards end with a dot below it. Then you want to activate the portal. Once you do that, you want to head all the way back over to the Act portal. Now, the only thing that could make this a little bit challenging compared to the one that I just showed you is that these are a little bit further apart than the Tier 3 ones, so keep that in mind. You have to be really, really quick with this one. You can't make any errors at all. Like I said, best to have automatic tack sprint. And with this one, I recommend you to have your fist out or to have a Juggernaut suit score streak in your hand. But once you guys get to this portal, you want to activate the portal. Then you want to run all the way back over to the portal building. Like I said, be as fast as you can. Now, you guys want to enter the portal. Then you want to go right ahead and jump off, and then once you hit the ground, hit yes to teleport. Go over to the rock, stand behind the rock, and then at 6 seconds, go into the warning barrier, close your application at the black screen, and you are done. If you got eliminated, you have done it right. Make sure that you have tombstone for every single one of these glitches. Every time you need tombstone no matter what, so keep that in mind. But once you guys head back into the game, you will see the items are in your gear and you have a tombstone in the match. So those are the dupe glitches, and now I'm going to show you guys how to go into each Dark Aether and keep your tombstone. So these duplication glitches you're doing, you guys can set up another tombstone and make it so you never actually lose any item, and even if you die, you won't lose the items, which is awesome. So yeah, definitely take advantage of this. All you need to do for this is basically what we're going to be doing is we're not going to be closing our application. This time when we go into the missions, we're going to be fully loading into the mission. We just need the elimination screen. For the Act 4 Mission one portal, the mission, not the sigil, you can simply just do the glitch that I showed you guys earlier, but instead of closing your app, you just want to go through the game and then you want to complete the mission. With the Act 4 portal, you want to just not close your app like I said, and you just want to complete the mission. Those two I've already kind of covered. Now here's how you guys go to the other missions or sigils and keep your tombstone. Now keep in mind though, if you do die in the mission after setting your tombstone, you just want to close your application to keep your tombstone, or if you just exfil, you just simply exfil and it'll keep your tombstone as well. Now in order to go into the Act 1 sigil and keep your tombstone, this only works for the sigil and the unstable rift, but what you want to do is basically get yourself the scorcher and pack a punch it. Then you want to go to the zone where the sigil spawns, the portal for the sigil, which is right here. I don't have it in my video, but you will have one in your video. Now remember the first glitch I showed you where you had to go to that portal in that building? You want to go to the portal in that building yet again. Then you want to put in the same code. You want to put in the hook, rectangle, and the backwards end with a dot below it. You want to activate it and then go all the way to the sigil act portal, not the regular act portal, and you want to activate the sigil into that portal. Then as soon as you activate it, you want to scorcher your way all the way over to where that portal is in that building. Then you want to walk through the portal. Once you guys are on the opposite side, if you have done everything right, you want to jump off the water tower, then open up your mini map and hit yes to go into the sigil. Then you want to run outside the map at 6 seconds and do not close your app this time. This time you're trying to go into the Dark Aether and not trying to dupe. Now if you do not go outside the map in 6 seconds, then you're going to lose all of your weapons and all that. So yeah, make sure you're getting outside the map at that 6-second part. Then when you spawn into that sigil, like I said, that Dark Aether, you want to complete the Dark Aether and get your schematics. Then you want to regularly exfil. What's going to happen is basically you were literally going to be exfilling, but because you got eliminated and you did the tombstone glitch, your tombstone will still be on the map. So you did complete all of the schematics, and when you load into your next game, your tombstone will be on the map and you'll be able to do this glitch yet again to complete more Dark Aethers and keep your tombstone. Now in order to go into the second Dark Aether, the Act 2 one with the sigil, you want to get yourself the scorcher packed again. Then you want to get the sigil, head over here, and this one I do have, and you want to go right ahead and activate the sigil. Then when you guys are activating it, turn around and start to boost. You want to boost 3 times in a row, just keep holding on the button. Then you're going to go into a free fall. At this point you want to cut your parachute, then you want to boost with your scorcher halfway. So you'll see a meter on your screen boost when it says 50%. Then you want to wait 3 seconds, then boost again. Wait 3 seconds, so go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, boost. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, boost. So on and so forth. Wait that much, and then it's gonna literally like glide you through to the out of bounds. You want to follow where I'm going out of bounds. Basically you're trying to go as fast as you can to the out of bounds that is closest to you, which is over here. You're gonna be pressing yes to go into the Dark Aether portal when you guys are at around 2 seconds with your portal. You then want to try to time it to where it says 6 seconds and you run outside the map. This can be tricky to time, but if you hit it at 6 seconds, you will keep all of your weapons and it will be a perfect timing. Then when you get eliminated while in the warning barrier at 6 seconds, you want to not close your app, but instead go to the Dark Aether. Then you want to complete the Dark Aether, get your schematics, and exfil normally. When you load into your next game, the tombstone will still be there and you will have your schematics unlocked. And let's get right into the final act mission, which is the final glitch of this video. You want to head all the way over to this portal right here in tier 3. You want to put in the same code, which is the hook, rectangle, backwards end with a dot below it. Then as soon as you activate it, you want to boost twice and then pull your parachute. Then cut your parachute, then boost for a little bit, and then you want to boost again for a little bit, and then just try to get to the other portal right here as fast as you can because you're kind of on a time limit. Now you want to run to the portal and activate it. Now I don't have it in my video, but you will. Just do exactly what I'm saying and it will work perfectly fine for you. Once you activate it, you want to boost twice, then pull out your parachute, cut your parachute, and then do a mini boost all the way over to the portal that you just activated with the runes. You want to enter the portal, it's going to lead you to the water tower, and you want to jump and then parachute. And then once you hit the ground, you want to hit yes to go into the actual act portal. Then go outside the map at 6 seconds, and if you timed it right, you will be eliminated. You don't want to close your app, of course. Go into the sigil and complete all the schematics. There you guys go, exactly what you're doing. Of course, after you complete the schematics, regularly exfil, and then you'll have the tombstone in your next game. So now finally, the last Dark Aether, the new one. In order to go into this Dark Aether and keep your tombstone, it's really easy. All you need to do is simply go ahead, head to this same portal that you used for the dupe, and you want to put in that code, the hook, rectangle backwards and with a dot below it. Then you want to activate it, run all the way back to that sigil, activate that sigil with your elder sigil. Now before you go into this sigil, I recommend you guys to dupe a ton of elder sigils so you don't have to keep on finding them and you guys can keep on using them. And just, you know, it's literally way better to dupe everything because the cooldown and finding stuff is really annoying. But once you guys activate that sigil, you want to run back to the portal that you activated on the wall. Then when you teleport, you want to jump off the water tower, then hit yes to teleport when you're on the ground. Then go before the rock. At 6 seconds, you want to run outside the map. You guys are then going to get eliminated. Like I said, make sure you guys have tombstone with every single one of these glitches. That's very important. But when you get eliminated, you do not want to close app because we're not trying to dupe this time. We're trying to go into the Dark Aether and keep our tombstone. When you're in the Dark Aether, you can use all of the items like I stated earlier. All of the items in this Dark Aether won't affect your tombstone when you end up exfilling, or if you die, you can close your app and you'll keep your tombstone. When you exfil, you keep your tombstone. But when you go into the game, get yourself your schematics, grind out everything, and once you guys get the schematics, regularly exfil, and like I said, if you die, just close app. Then when you guys go into your next game, your tombstone will be on the map with all those items and you will not have lost anything. Now let me get right into how you do all of these glitches co-op. So if you're running a squad and you want your squad to go into Dark Aether and you want to keep your tombstone, here's how you guys do it. Now the next thing I'm gonna get into is how to do all of the go into the Dark Aether and keep your tombstone glitches co-op. Now co-op, it is definitely a little more challenging to do. I recommend you guys to just try these solo because it's easier to do the tombstone glitches. But in order to do every one of these solo, not to dupe of course, dupe you always want to do solo because there's no point of doing it co-op. Just simply leave your squad before you do the dupes and you'll be able to do it just like you're doing it solo. But when it comes to going into the Dark Aether with a squad and keeping your tombstone, you want to do exactly what I showed you guys to get into the Dark Aether solo, but the only difference is at the last step, when it's counting down from the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, at around 9 seconds, you want to leave your squad. Then everybody's going to be getting outside the map at 6 seconds after you leave your squad, so everybody sets their tombstone. Make sure everybody has tombstone, make sure everyone watches the clips, but like I said, the only difference is you're just leaving squad before you go outside the map. That's it. That's the only difference, but make sure you do it when you're counting down. So that's really about it. I showed you guys exactly how to duplicate, exactly how to go into every single Dark Aether, including the new one, and keep your tombstone. I showed you guys how to do this co-op and more. Don't forget to check out Silent Services. Inshallah, alhamdulillah, may Allah bless you all. Barakallah.